So joining us this morning is best-selling author, coach Lisa Goldenthal.
Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa G, your host. You're at the top of your game, yet the game is changing faster than ever. Strategies that got you here aren't the ones that'll keep you here. The pressure is relentless, and the fear of obsolescence looms large. That's why I'm here. Welcome to the new podcast series, Disrupted: How to Be Gritty and Unlock Performance in Business, Mindset, Wellness, and Success. Welcome to Whole CEO with Lisa G. I'm the best-selling author of The Boss Weight Loss. I'm bringing you the top tips to be unstoppable. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to actually pull up a chair with today's top experts in weight loss, mindset, and business. Learn our top tips to set you up for success so that you can have more energy, be fit and resilient, and feel unstoppable. Welcome to Whole CEO with Lisa G. I'm so excited. We're here today, and real estate developer and hotelier who had a life-changing experience, Arie Schwartz, began his mission to help others by bringing the Abrahamson Method to America. Abrahamson is a leading Israeli company that provides unique bioenergy treatments that help you control urges and cravings to smoke, vape, eat sugar or gluten, and many other chemical addictions. This method, developed 38 years ago, has a historical success rate of over 90%. Most people only need a single session, and it's starting to spread around the world. Arie Schwartz, welcome.
Thank you, Lisa. Thanks for having me here. Great seeing you today.
I'm so happy to have you here. So tell me a little bit more about your story, because I know quitting smoking is like as hard as quitting like heroin or anything else, isn't it?
It's really tough, and it's really tough for some people. For me, myself, like I lived in a house where my father smoked since I was born. My mother used to smoke in the hospital just after giving birth. So for me, it's been always an issue with cigarettes. Like I used to like switch tables, and I lived all my life with my mother because she quit earlier, but she's trying to have my father quit. And I always lived this for maybe 50 years until one day, this was like 6 years ago. He has a brother in Israel, so he goes a lot to Israel. One day, and for 3 years, they've been telling him, hey, Sandy, you should go to this place. My friends go there, they all quit smoking. And, he was like, yeah, right. Like, I'm not going to quit smoking. Like, I've tried everything. Long story short, he went there. He goes out and he calls me and he's like, you know what? I don't know what it is, but find out, because I don't want to smoke.
Oh my God.
And for me, that was like my father smoking 2 packs a day for 50 years, trying everything. So I said, yeah, okay, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow what you say. I never believed the story. It's been 6 years now. He quit.
Oh my God.
And things in life, a cousin of mine told me that she knew the neighbor of the guy who was doing this. His name is Abrahamson, and he invented the Abrahamson Method. So I went to Israel, I met with him. Long story short, I say, listen, I want to bring this to America because we've seen, there's nothing like this. This is completely natural. And actually, Abrahamson Center in Israel, it's huge. Like, we don't know it because it's what I say, like, this is healing. So he's a healer. And they started doing this as a healer, but right now he has 11 centers in Israel. So I went there and, I got my mission to bring this to America. And I didn't smoke, but at that time I told him, what can I do? Because I only knew this for smoking. And he told me, you want to get rid of sugar? And I said, why? What? I was very ignorant about it. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. I knew sugar was bad. And I said, let's do it. Maybe I'm going to lose some weight. I did it with my wife, and it's been now 4 years. We just quit added sugar for good. And it's amazing because you don't have the cravings. So it's so easy to do it. And after, seeing all of this, I said, I love real estate. I'm going to still do some real estate. I love hotel businesses. But this is something that actually changes lives. It changes lives of the people that you're treating, their families, their friends, their work mates, like everybody around a smoker or somebody who has maybe obesity problems. And we also do other drugs. So it's something amazing that helps people.
Wow. So you can help people quit smoking, quit vaping, because I know sometimes people are worried about the withdrawal symptoms being worse than actually smoking itself.
Yeah, I mean, most people are afraid of the withdrawal symptoms, and what we do, because it's energy, and all our addictions are in our biofield. So once we're able to erase that memory, because it all comes in from a memory, from maybe a trauma or something that happened in your life. So we're able to clean that, and when we clean that, the effect is that you feel like somebody took some weight out of you. You don't really understand what's going on. You feel, after the treatment, you feel so relaxed. And what happens is that you don't have the craving. So when you don't have the craving, you don't get the withdrawal symptoms, because all the withdrawal symptoms come because of the craving. So it's amazing. People can get out of this addiction, in an hour session.
That's so incredible. And because I know if you're also changing their eating habits without the cravings, that's like a double whammy. I know it's not the same treatment probably, but I know a lot of women that are afraid to quit smoking because they're afraid that they're going to then replace it. And I've seen this many times in addictions where people have, drinking, smoking, vaping. They're afraid that they're going to replace it with some other negative habit like eating.
Yeah, and after we do the treatment, people go to a follow-up process with people that dealt with addictions, so they know exactly how to deal with you, how to overcome those things, how to avoid them, how to substitute things, because it's really important to have that support after. Even though most people don't have any withdrawal symptom, it's also always important to know that you have somebody you can rely on, especially when you're quitting sugar, because it's so hard for most of us to understand, ingredients, to understand labels, to know where sugar is hidden. I mean, it's a process, and what we do, it's not only take away the cravings, but we teach you how to avoid added sugar. And it's very important, because a lot of people tell me, well, I need carbs, I need sugar. It's true, we all need carbs, we all need sugar, but there's natural carbs and natural sugars. And we're always talking about added sugar. So, people who quit sugar like me, we eat fruits, we eat veggies, we drink milk, which has lactose, which is a natural sugar. And the difference is those kinds of sugar, they don't give you cravings. They don't open that addiction that you get in the brain. And we all have this little monster inside that we've been creating since we were kids. And it's, and we've been feeding them with nicotine, with sugar, and they grow. Once you take them out for maybe a month or so, they really go to sleep. So, and one nice thing about quitting sugar is that maybe after a month or more, a month and a half or so, your taste buds, they regenerate. So chemical sugar starts tasting as a chemical. And actually you stop, you don't want it, you don't crave it,
Yeah.
And then becomes a point you don't like it. It tastes so sweet that you don't like it. So a lot of people come into this to do a diet because they want to lose weight, and quitting sugar, it's amazing. We do it with coaches, with nutritionists, with fitness experts, and they give this to their clients because if you can control the cravings, you're gonna get great results. And some people just do it for 2 months, they want to do it for 3 months, but they end up learning so much that they get themselves empowered, and they say, I can live a life without this because I don't crave it anymore. So it's a transformation process.
Yeah.
And we make it really easy because we cut the problem from the root.
Right. I love that. I love that you talk about all the different hidden sneaky ways that there's added sugar, because the carbohydrates converts into sugar a lot of times in our body, and a lot of ingredients that you can't pronounce. It starts with like this and ends with OSE or whatever. And it's like, when you educate people about the most addictive things in our society, that maybe it's just like a habit. Like maybe you just grew up, like you said, you grew up and everyone was smoking, or maybe you grew up and everyone was eating carbs and sugar. So if you can actually heal the most addicting things, then I also want to ask about energy, because I know everything is energy. So how can we reboot our energy and clear it for clarity, just grounding and things like that too?
Yeah, I mean, we have, and you know it very well, we have a treatment called a reboot. And we work with energy. And yeah, you can
I tried it. I liked it. The reboot, it rebooted me.
Yeah, so what it is that, we're all energy. We all have energy, and we all have an aura or a biofield. I mean, depends how we like to call it. And this, it's our, we have a physical body, and then we have an energy body, and we shower every day, but we don't, but we don't take care of that.
Right.
Give me just a second, because I left this open, and it's okay. I'm here.
Okay.
So basically, what this does is that it cleans our energy. We have staggered energy. We have a lot of things that, we talk about, people talk about us, and all these things, for many years, they get stuck in our aura. And what the therapists are able to do is remove that and clean it. And the best way to explain this, it's like a phone. When you get a brand new phone, your phone is empty, you swipe, it runs, it's amazing. And then you start adding apps, you start adding pictures, videos, and all of these are the same kind of experience we're getting everything in our lives. And there comes a point that the phone starts slowing down. The phone starts. So we are humans. It happens to us. It's the same thing. At some point we feel like, we need some clarity, and we don't see why. So a reboot really opens that, like it opens our energy, so things start flowing for us. Like we have more clarity, we see more things, we attract more things, and we also reject a lot of things, because it's like, like opening your eyes. Imagine not showering for 40 years. We're dirty. We can't see outside.
Oh, that'd be awful. Yeah.
So this is what we do on an energetic level, and it's, the results, and it's very personal. Like I cannot tell you, hey, Lisa, this is the result you're gonna get from a reboot. But a lot of people report a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of consistent things. A lot of people say, now I'm clear to take decisions. I feel more relaxed for, a lot of people start sleeping. They weren't sleeping that good. A lot of people sleep for a day, and they say, wow. So it's very personal, but it's something necessary. Like, every day we learn more about energy. Science recognizes energy now. Yes. Our hospitals are allowing energy treatments, electrocardiograms, all those things are measurements of the energy. Yeah. So at this point in time, we're bringing now energy to help ourselves as humans. And it used to be something for very specific people in very specific places, because the people who practice this are healers. And one of my missions, and I told Ehud at when we first met, is like, you're a healer, a very successful one. You have like superpowers. And I'm a businessman, and for me, part of this is to try to make what you do commercial for people like me who have no idea what you can do. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's the world of energies. And I think, we're just starting to discover what it is. And a lot of people are getting into this because, it's the future. We're all energy. So,
Well, I know we've all been through so much lately that I actually launched this podcast during a pandemic to try to help people have hacks and tips of how that you can go through the hard things and keep going. And I know a lot of us feel anxiety and stress because you just don't know what's going to happen next with all this crazy stuff in the world going on. And I know you can't promise anything, but I know it's nice that you can keep an open mind as to the possibilities of what clearing your energy can do personally for you without making a promise. And I enjoyed it myself. And I'm wondering, where can people find you, Arie Schwartz, and the Abrahamson Center coming to US now?
Okay, right now you can find us on our website. It's abrahamsoncenter.com. In Instagram, in Facebook, we're at Abrahamson Center. Our email is info@abrahamsoncenter.com. And in the website, you can see all the details, our phone number and everything. Right now, we are in LA, we are in Miami, we're in San Diego, and we're opening New York in 2 months.
Well, yeah, we all need you. So thank you for the work that you do. And thanks for
Thank you.
being a guest.
Thank you so much, Lisa.